many, many ways, every time you have two choices or three choices, they're all good. The problem is that we have to choose only one. And one is not better than the other. It's just that we can only choose one, because everything unfolds. In everything we choose, even if it's not so good, things will unfold and basically work out. It's important to know that we don't just choose between good or bad choice. And by the way, good and bad do not truly exist in this holistic paradigm, the way I work with clients. People talk about good experiences, bad experiences. There's a lot of separation there between good and bad, and a lot of suffering that ensues. And the idea is that, yeah, semantically, of course, there's good and bad. If we semantically, again, try to recap all this and put it in a new light, then everything is good on different levels of goodness. If something bad happened to you as a child, yes, it's not very good, but it's not very bad. It's in low goodness. Let's say 0 to 10, so maybe it was a 1 or 2. This ability to put everything on a scale of goodness reduces suffering. We suffer less because we still allow the goodness to prevail. Because once we judge it as bad, it goes into this polarity. And this polarity is so profound in our subconscious. It's the virgin and the prostitute. It's the right and left. Sinister comes from Italian, left, dark. I mean, try to be a left-handed child 50 years ago even. I mean, there's a lot of judgment, lots of polarity. And polarity did nothing but to endorse suffering, because reality is always in the middle. The polarity is good for a teaching purpose, to talk about here is the beach, here's where you can swim, here is point mark A, here's point mark B. You can swim between them, but you don't swim on them. Everything is in a range. So it goes back to the ego and suffering and good and bad. When we re-evaluate our life experiences and we look at things that we consider bad and we give them a second chance and rename them on the new scale of goodness, where maybe they're ranked low on goodness, but not necessarily zero goodness necessarily, because the 0 does not really exist and the 10 does not really exist. That's the whole point. Basically, you're not allowed to choose 0 or 10 really. You have to be in the range there of good and bad. To say it's low in goodness or high in goodness or middle in goodness, it's just the reality. There is many colors out there. There's not just white and black. Imagine you wake up in the morning and put glasses in your eyes and say everything is black or white, like a black and white TV. It doesn't work like this. The colors. And if you talk to people who are very depressed, they usually say the same thing. Everything is black or white. They lost the pink, the purple, the yellow, the orange, the red. They lost it. The green, they just lost it. It's important to get out of the good and bad paradigm, because good and bad makes us suffer and makes us feel not good enough because of the 10. If the 10 was what we are supposed to be, we are just a 7, then we are not good enough. And forgiveness is a part of this. And we talked about courage, and the courage to heal, and the courage to step out of our confines, and the courage to be bigger than our survival and our narrow life, to join something bigger than ourselves. Because if we are so caught up in our survival, we can't think about anything bigger, but like a group or a cause. But by joining something bigger, we actually heal and dissolve our confines. And this bigger thing can be simply our bigger life. So it pays to be courageous.